Let's break down the Pallof press so you get max benefit from this great anti-rotation exercise. So what you want to do is always focus on setup first. Let's set up that anchor point. I like to do a quarter squat. So I typically have this about chest height, no higher, maybe a little lower. If you're going to do more of a squatted position, a little bit more depth, then of course put it a little lower. You just want it to be about that chest to shoulder height, more or less, when you're doing the Pallof press. You want to get your feet and your body positioned so that when your arms are straight, that's when the right angle is happening with the resistance. That's how I like to set up. So let's grab the handle. You can use a cable machine, you can use a Kaiser machine, you can use a band, anything that's going to give you some resistance that's rotating you in this transverse plane. From there, I like to grip outside hand first, inside hand over that. And what I'm trying to do is with my upper body, I'm trying to pull 50% with my outside hand and push 50% with my inside hand. And that will allow my body to really resist that rotational force. So grab like that. You are going to set up. I like to actually set up pretty narrow. The more narrow that it is, the more challenging it's going to be with your hips and your core. If you have a wide base, we can do a lot of resistance because just our base of support is helping us to withstand or counteract that rotational force. So let's get you more in. I like to be about little outside hip width apart, or what I call jump width. You are going to grab the resistance again. Let's line up. Your whole goal is to keep your lower body and your spine and your entire body really as neutral as possible, meaning that you can't tell that you're resisting something that's pulling you into this rotation towards, in this case, my left. So I'm going to hold right here. Again, I'm pulling with this arm, pushing with this arm, and I'm holding out here. I want to make sure if I need to turn my body, to turn it so that I have 90 degrees when my arms are straight. And again, there's a lot of variations that you can do with this. You can do holds, you can do reps, you can do a combination of both, you can do some tempo reps. And again, the whole purpose is to really keep your hips centered. So no lateral shift, no rotation. Keep that spine and core locked in, ribs and hips connected. I like to be in a quarter squat position. You can always go lower if you want, but this quarter squat position, that's the minimum. You're going to still get a lot of anti-rotation work. And again, keep your shoulders, head, everything nice and neutral. I would always recommend doing the weak side first, as with any other exercise, and then doing your stronger side, even if you're alternating between each set. And the last thing I want to go over is what you're feeling. So when you're doing this correctly, of course you're going to feel a lot of core work. It should feel more core than upper body or arms because it's not going to be a lot of weight. So you want to really hold here, lock in with your core, think about your torso resisting that rotation. Second thing is that when you're doing it correctly with a more narrow stance, you are going to feel this inside leg or leg closest to the anchor point. That leg is working a lot to try to keep you centered. So that is kind of the normal feeling. Make sure that you focus on these details because again, it's a great exercise, but you want to maximize the benefit that you're getting out of your Pallof press.